Now I have heard the groaning of the Israelites whom the Egyptians hold in slavery, and I have remembered my promise. Say unto the children of Israel, I am the Lord. And I will bring you out from under the burdens of the Egyptians, and I will rid you out from under their bondage. And I will redeem you with a stretched out arm, and ye shall know that I am the Lord.
Throughout history, truths have been replaced with lies, the original people have been replaced with imposters, and certain histories have been erased or kept hidden. Now, someone once said, a lie cannot live forever. Obviously, this person was right, because right now a sleeping giant is awakening, and this giant is called the truth. For years, blacks around the world have asked the question, who are we, and where do we come from? We as blacks, we speak English, speak French, Spanish, Portuguese, and even Arabic. We are told that we come from Africa, but our heritage does not stop there. That's what everyone wants us to believe. Our true heritage lies deeper than Africa. It lies with the descendants of the ancient Hebrew Israelites, otherwise known as the children of Israel or the original Jews. All our questions can be answered if we understand our heritage. Questions such as, who are we? Are we Africans or Hebrews? Why do we still exhibit traces of ancient Hebrew traditions and culture, even to this day? Why were we scattered into all nations as slaves? Where is our place called home? And why have we not returned back to our homeland? Why does the media lie about ancient black history? And are Negroes descendants of the ancient Hebrew Israelites? Also, why does everyone hate us? Why are we dying of diseases and health issues more than any other race in the world? And why is there an agenda to destroy us? Why does it seem that the music industry is only destroying blacks compared to other races? Why are we a divided people with no trust or love for one another? And why are we the victims on the media of immoral and sexual destruction? Why are we the victims of mental destruction? And why is there an agenda to destroy the black male image in America? Even more, why haven't we got any reparations but everyone else has? Why are we the poorest in every country? And how come we don't have an economy within an economy? Why did our descendants have to go through slavery in the first place? And why is it that nobody talks about the many European Jews and Arabs that have enslaved blacks for over a millennium? Why are we always the object of comedy, mockery, buffoonery, and coonery? Lastly, if we are descendants of the children of Israel, then why have we had our identity stolen? And why is the Ark of the Covenant in Ethiopia and not Israel? And even more, why are blacks not wanted in Israel? So, it's time for people to know who are the real Israelites. Are you finally ready to know the truth? Are you tired of being fed lies? If so, Hebrews to Negroes is going to blow your mind. The time is now for black people to wake up.
All right, so in this section, we're going to first lay the foundation of who the Jews are. What do they look like? What's their color? What's their hair texture? What do they look like? Again, these are not my words. What we're going to do here, and the whole angle of this channel is that we read references, right? And we use the old references. We try to stay away from the new references. We try to use the old references, the references from the 1800s and older, because in the 1800s or older, you'll find references like the one that you see on your screen where it says, no, the Jews are dark. They're very dark. Or even this next one where it says, a man without a father, a foreigner, a black Portuguese, nameless Jew. All right, a black Portuguese, nameless Jew. So the whole point of reading this reference is to show you that the term black Portuguese was associated with Jew, right? And we actually have a lot more references to better explain that. And it says, the nobles of Castile claim to be free from all admixture with the darker blood of Moors or Jews. A proof being supposed to lie in the blue veins that showed in their fairer skin. All right, so again, the point of reading this is to show you that the color of the Jews, or the dark blood of the Jews, was associated with that of the Moors, right? Moors were dark or black, the Jews were dark or black. All right, let's keep reading. And here's another one. It says, pick this one up mid-paragraph, where it says, thus the black color is found not only in individuals as the black Jews of Portugal. Okay, and I'm going to point out the obvious. It says black. It says B-L-A-C-K, right? Black, right? And the reason why I'm stressing that is, if you ever heard from time to time naysayers, whenever we tell people that, hey, no, the Jews of, especially Spain and Portugal, they were black. And that's what the books say. Sometimes you'll get folks out there that'll act as though a black Jew is synonymous with the tooth fairy and Santa Claus, right? Like they're make-believe. But the reality of it is, they just haven't read these books. It's been in these books for a long time, well before me or you or anyone that's walking around today. These books have been around for a long time. All right. And here's another one. And this comes from the Memoirs of the Secret Service of John Mackey. This book was written in the 1700s. This reference is describing Daniel, Earl of Nottingham, Secretary of State. You go over to the bottom of the right. He's describing the Earl. He says, he has also the air of business, an application enough to make himself very capable, in his habit and manners, very formal, a tall, thin, very black, B-L-A-C-K, man, like a Spaniard or Jew, about 50 years old. All right, so again, you can see that very black, not just black, right? I mean, not black, but very black, is associated with the Spaniard or a Jew at this time. All right, so in this next reference, I'm just going to try to pick up the pace here. It says, the Jews of Portugal are very dark, right? Very dark. So swarthy, we have very black, now we have very dark. And here's another one that says, the Jews are confessedly of one ancestry. Yet we have among them the light-haired Jews of Poland. This one, it says, the dark Jews of Spain and the Ethiopian Jews of the Nile Valley. Israel, where's the Nile Valley? Is that in Egypt? Yeah, that's in Egypt. So, Ethiopian Jews of the Nile Valley. Okay, so we'll leave it at that as far as the color of the Jews, and we're going to move on to another characteristic of the Jews. Now that we have a good understanding of what the Jews look like as far as color, let's take a look at the Lachish relief. And the reason why we're going to this is, so this was like a stone carving of the Jews. So in your Bible, if you look at 2 Chronicles chapter 32, verse 9, in that verse, you'll see that Sennacherib, king of Assyria, he goes and he's conquering Lachish. Right? So he's eventually wants to go to Jerusalem, but before he goes to sack Jerusalem, he first sacks or destroys the city of Lachish. So Lachish, Sennacherib comes in, he sacks the city, he has his carvers build a stone monument commemorating the victory, right? Builds a stone monument commemorating the victory. And so even today, if you ever get a chance to go to London, you'll see, I believe this is in the London Museum, they capture the description of the Jews as they're being captured and led away out of the city of Lachish. So as they sack the city, they take some prisoners, and you can see the prisoners on the screen. And the first thing you notice is the hair, right? Nappy hair, woolly hair. Nappy hair, woolly hair, right? And this is in line with what we see in the scriptures. Okay? All right. So again, the reason why we're going to this relief is that I want to show you the hair texture of the Jews. Now, notice it doesn't match the hair texture of the Jews today with the long Goldilocks and the long flowing hair, right? It's a different hair texture. The hair texture that was captured, this is in BC of all things. This is in BC. The Transatlantic Slave Trade Database, a database which contains the names of the slaves that were actually on the ships. We find slaves with the names of David, Judah, Abraham, Isaac, and Joseph, matching the names of the Jews in Spain and Portugal. And in addition to these Jews, we also find the names of Israelites in the Transatlantic Slave Trade Database. You see, Israelites have a habit of including the Most High's name, Yah, in their name. And we can find this in the prophets like Isaiah, Obadiah, Zechariah. Each has Yah at the end of their name. And likewise, when we look at the Transatlantic Slave Trade Database, we see many slaves with the name Yah at the end of their name. Yah, Negro. So you can see Yah, a prominent name of the Portuguese Jews, is in the Transatlantic Slave Trade Database. That is a major confirmation of who was on the slave ships.
Judah is gone into captivity because of affliction and because of great servitude. She dwelleth among the heathen, she findeth no rest. All her persecutors overtook her between the straits, when her people fell into the hand of the enemy, and none did help her. The adversaries saw her, and did mock at her Sabbaths. Jerusalem hath grievously sinned, therefore she is removed. All that honored her despise her, because they have seen her nakedness, for I am become vile. Is it nothing to you, all ye that pass by? Behold, and see if there be any sorrow like unto my sorrow, which is done unto me, wherewith the Lord hath afflicted me in the day of his fierce anger. From above hath he sent fire into my bones, and it prevaileth against them. He hath made my strength to fall. The Lord hath delivered me into their hands, from whom I am not able to rise up.
And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles, until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled.